Hi Internet, welcome to Stop and Think, the channel where we feature crosswords, sudokus, and other fun puzzles and games. I'm John Appleseed, your host, and glad to have you with me as we solve a Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle. This one posted on July 6, 2025. The constructors are Zhang and Kevin Curry. Will Schwartz is the editor, and I'm John Appleseed. I'm your host here on the channel. The title of today's puzzle is Escape Room. I'm going to try and remember that. Sometimes I forget the title. Escape Room. And that will be a hint to the theme. Oh, and here's a keyhole, I think, in the middle of the puzzle. Interesting. One across is philosopher who wrote the bureaucracy is a circle from which no one can escape. Don't know that. One down, toddler's demand. Mine, maybe. Two down is board game recommendation. Spin, or don't know. Three down, Midnight Children's author, 1981. Don't know. Four down, spot markers. What marks the spot? X marks the spot. X's, I think. 17 across, prevailing fashion. It's all the rage or the mode. 22 across, its freedom is granted in the First Amendment, freedom of the press. 26 across, meeting for short. Maybe sesh, short for session. 17 down, number twos in brief. Yeah, maybe vice presidents, VPs. One down was the toddler's demand. Okay, not mine. More. That would fit with sesh for meeting. Board game recommendation. Karl Marx may have written about the bureaucracy. Board games typically recommend ages, suggested ages on the box. The Vogue can be the prevailing fashion. Is that Salman Rushdie? Maybe that's a name that fits with the letters we've got. Let's try that. Okay, that's that corner. 5 across, so. Ergo might fit. 18 across, cranked up to 11, say, like Spinal Tap's guitar amps. 23 across, pitchfork shaped letters. I think probably a Greek letter here. The Greek letter psi looks like a pitchfork. 27 across, post, could be mail. And 31 across, one of our themed answers, indicated by the italics, is completely oblivious, or a hint to finding the fourth key letter in this puzzle. Okay, so Escape Room was the title, right? I remembered. So maybe we'll need to find missing letters or extra letters or something, and together they will make a key. Oh, if we have 4 keys, 4 letters to make the key here to get us out of this escape room puzzle. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen, but I don't know what this answer is. Is completely oblivious. No. Post 27 down is famous movement and hashtag of the late 2010s. I think that's the Me Too movement. 5 down, only major Texas city not in the central time zone. El Paso would fit. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. And it would be in West Texas, which might be not in the central time zone. 6 down, substance that's used by cellists and gymnasts. I think that's rosin. Keeps your hands sticky. 7 down, journey in which you might carry quite a load. Don't know that. Let's try ergo for so. 5 across. 8 down, has too much for short. I have too much. Loud? Oh, overdose. ODs would be to have too much. Journey in which you might carry quite a load. If mail is post, and then guilt trip. You might carry some emotional baggage on a guilt trip. 2 T's. Okay, there we go. This probably begins with doesn't. Is completely oblivious. Doesn't get the message or something. 9 across, blank folder. Don't know. 9 down, beach bottle initials. You would have SPF on a bottle of sun lotion at the beach. 10 down, burned rubber. No, 11 down, breathing problem at night. Let's try apnea. And 12 down, one-time wealthiest family in Europe. Maybe the Medicis or something. 9 across, spam folder would fit. Yeah, that fits with Medicis. Italian seasoning, cacio e pepe. I think that's just the word for pepper. Let's try that. 24 across, ward off is to fend off. 28 across, princess, portrayed by Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia of the Star Wars movies. Peeled out is burned rubber. For 10 down, apnea, fend. Okay, those all look right. 13 across, Sphinx site. It is at the Great Pyramid in Giza, Egypt, I think. 13 down, kind of joke, or a response to a really bad one. A joke can be called a gag, and you might metaphorically gag at how bad a joke is. 20 across, manga's film counterpart. Manga is that Japanese comic book style, and anime, I think, would fit there as the film counterpart. 25 across, predator with a big mouth, informally. A gator, informally, alligator, okay. 30 across, send from bank to bank. Is that riverbank or a financial institution? Don't know. 15 down, rigatoni relative could be ziti. Another kind of pasta. 16 down, Cupid's domain is amor, the Latin word for love. 21 down, before, poetically, is air. So, yeah, wire transfer might be a way to send money from one financial institution to another. Revering, for 14 down, could be in awe of. Doesn't. What? Let's look at these downs. 33 down. With boo, it evokes sadness. With woo, it evokes happiness. So, boo-hoo is a word for crying. Woo-hoo is hooray, happiness. We've got gladness and sadness in there. 34 down, put a pin in it. You put a pin. Pin is all caps, so it's probably a personal identification number that you might put into an ATM. 35 down, flock formation. Geese fly in a V. With boo, oh, boo-hoo, I'm sorry, that's my error. Doesn't have a clue, for it is completely oblivious. Boo-hoo and woo-hoo, yes. Doesn't have a clue. V. Peeled out. Those all look right. 29 down. Unwanted growth in fish tanks is probably algae. 41 across. Dishonorable. Ignoble. Fits there with that I beginning. All right, let's move over here. 37 across. Depleted as savings. I ate into my savings. Yeah, that works. 45 across. Moolah is money, or dinero, the Spanish word for money. Typical patty melt specification for 32 down. Patty melts are best served on rye with Swiss cheese and Thousand Island dressing, I think. 48 across. Subject of arms talks. Weapons of mass destruction, maybe. 37 down, battle between Verizon and AT&T might be an ad war. AR, let's put in weapons of mass destruction, WMD, for the subject of arms talks. Subject is abbreviated in the clue, telling us that there will be an abbreviation in the answer as well. 56 across, make amends for. Let's try atone for that. Popular chocolate biscuit from down under. That's a Tim Tam. Another typo today. Okay, I guess I'm doing this too early in the morning. My brain isn't quite awake. It's the second typo, I think, probably, that I've noticed. There might be others. Tim Tam is the chocolate biscuit from down under, from Australia. 8 into. Tim Tams are quite tasty. 39 down, final stop, or a hint to finding the first key letter in the puzzle. Okay, so I think we'll have 4 themed clues, each one indicating a letter that tells us where to find the 4 letters that will make up this keyhole to get us out of the escape room. And we'll find out how that plays out. 62 across, tennis's Nadal. Rafael Nadal is known as Rafi to his fans. End of the line is the final stop, I think. Rafi, place for a pew. Maybe it's Rafa. Raphael, because nave is part of a church where you might find a pew. Channel with the one-time motto, on cable in stereo. That sounds like MTV. 72 across, trickster of Greek myth. I think Hermes fits there. Okay, so end of the line. Maybe E is the first letter, which is at the end of this line of answers, of letters. Maybe. Let's figure this out as we go. Okay, I'm going to try Rafa instead of Rafi because I like knave for place for a pew. Where should we go next? Right here. 49 across. Mario's dinosaur sidekick. Another Mario World clue. I think it's Yoshi. We had Koopa Troopa in a recent puzzle, which was not one of the characters I know. I haven't played the Mario games, but just from listening to people talk about them, I think Yoshi is the dinosaur. There's a mushroom in there somewhere. Bowser is another character. 58 across, credit card checkout option. You can tap instead of swiping. Yeah, I think that works. 63 across. Japanese honorific, that could be san. 68 across, blank, be a shame. It'd be a shame. 78 across, remove from power. Let's try oust. 84 across, blank mater, alma mater. Mother soul in Latin. Personal appearance, oh, mean maybe. Make calls on one's cell phone abroad for 73 down is to roam. Roam if you want to roam around the world. 63 down, star of Marvel's first film with an Asian-led cast. I think that is Simu Liu. Let's try mean as a word for your appearance, your kind of outlook, your presentation. Washington and Franklin are statesmen. Yes, that fits. 51 down, breaking maneuver. And the break dancing would be handstand. Okay. And 93 across, the Little Mermaid hit, or a phonetic hint to finding the third key letter in this puzzle. Under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Surprised I remembered that lyric. Okay, so maybe we find the third key letter under the C. So maybe there will be a letter C somewhere in the puzzle, and we need to find it. C being the phonetic name for the letter C. Or there will be the name of a C, and we need to find the letter under that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I hope at the end it's not too hard to figure out. 52 across, I wish I could blank that. I wish I could unsee that. Might be a phrase you say. 53 down, tattle. I want to say narc. Let's figure that out. With some crossing letters, 59 across, blank particle. Is there a tau particle, maybe, from physics or something? 54 down, hero, or where to find many naval heroes. A hero sandwich can be a submarine, and submariners, sailors who serve on submarines, are naval heroes. I wouldn't have the fortitude to do that, to get locked into a steel tube and then go hundreds of feet under the ocean. 64 across, degree with courses on accounting and management, maybe a Master of Business Administration, MBA. 70 across, Liberty Mutual's bird mascot is Limu, the emu, I think. Let's try emu. 74 across, closest world capital to Miami. I'm in Miami as I solve this puzzle. The closest capital would be Havana, maybe? Yeah, that fits. Cattle, name, or is it name names in Nassau? Yeah, the Bahamas are pretty close. AU. Name, get stuck in that keyhole. Name names for tattle. 79 across, museo display. Museo, the Spanish word for museum, and you might see works of art there displayed. The Spanish word for art is arte. Where the hills are alive in song. The hills are alive with the sound of music, as Julie Andrews sang while she was dancing around the Austrian Alps. Muck is Meyer for 85 across. 89 across, children's author Blyton. Enid Blyton kind of rings a bell. Bit of Gia or hemp could be a seed, yes. Okay, so Nassau for the closest world capital to Miami. And those all look right. Let's try this corner here. 47 across, Bruce Wayne's butler, Alfred. Most familiar with the 60s TV version of Batman rather than the recent films. 55 across, fruit picker, of old. Of old, probably an old story about picking fruit, so Adam and Eve might fit. So let's try Eve for 3 letters there. 60 across, word with bullet or toilet. Don't know that. Awaiting renters. An apartment is unlet. It's unrented if it's awaiting renters. 61 down, country music star with 24 number 1 singles and an eponymous sitcom. I think that's Reba McEntire, who had a sitcom entitled Reba. Bullet train. Is there a toilet train? Ugh, we want to go on that. 43 down, imposed as a fine levied. And 44 down, Wonderlands could be Edens, where this nice crossing of Eve and Eden. I don't know what a toilet train is. I shudder to think what it might be. Squeaks by could be eeks by. Person everyone's talking about, or what you'll be after unlocking the lock and completing this puzzle. Person everyone's talking about. Breakout. A breakout hero or a breakout star or something. 71 across, physique could be your bod. Okay, I like breakout as the beginning. 80 across, blank Mahal, Taj Mahal. In Agra, India, which is also a useful crossword fact to know. 86 across, place appropriately found in gets pampered, spa, are letters found in that chain of letters. 90 across, M&M color replaced by blue in 1995. Red, I guess. I have to look at M&Ms. I haven't really paid attention to them recently. 82 down, of extremely unreliable quality in slang. Don't know. 81 down, split up, apart. Was there a tan? Tan, breakout star, apart for split up, and janky for extremely unreliable quality, I think. 99 across, a fur coat, something that coats a fir tree would be bark. And like witches and gourds. Warty. I guess gourds often have those little nodules on them that look like warts, and witches stereotypically are depicted with warts. Okay, 99 down, negative reputation informally. A bad rep, although I don't want to put rep in the answer because reputation is in the clue, and typically that would be kind of frowned upon. All right, let's go back over to this side of the puzzle. I'm not quite sure where we're going to find these letters. Oh, as I say that, I'm looking at 31 across, trying to say it doesn't have a clue. How does that indicate where a letter might be found? And then I look at 76 across, which doesn't have a clue. So maybe one of the letters we need will be found in this answer, which we'll have to get from crossing letters. 76 down, add up to, total. And 77 down, wipe, as from memory, erase. So I think T is the letter here, and 31 says that is a hint to finding the 4th key letter in this puzzle. So I think our 4th letter is T. I'm going to go ahead and put that in, because that one seems pretty obvious. Stat. That's ASAP. Oh, let me look at these crosses, because maybe end of the line is wrong. Bobby of the Boston Bruins is Bobby Orr, the hockey player. 87 across. Philosopher's Way is the Tao. The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao. 91 across. Stat, ASAP. So end of the road rather than end of the line. And preceded with 2 is led what? Led up to, yes. 92 down, ran smoothly as an engine. An engine can purr when it is running smoothly. 104 across, Cone's partner. Let's try Rod and Cone from your eyes. 101 down, Ritzy is posh. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and the nightingales sang in Berkeley Square. 109 down, State for Snowbirds. Again, I'm solving this in Miami, where snowbirds often flock here in Miami, in Florida. 110 down, Alley Blank, Alley Oop. Maybe the comic strip rather than the basketball move. Well, doesn't really matter. 111 down, Function. Can be a party, I don't know. 109 across, Kids Ball Game played on a court. Or a hint to finding the second key letter in this puzzle. Is it for something? Something has a function, it has a use, so that's not the sense of the word function I was thinking of, but that fits. Mimicked is aped. Yes, nice bit of crossword ease there. 118 across, become discouraged, lose hope. Lose heart. What's 105 down? Gave a red card, informally disqualified, DQ'd. 112 down, home of the world's tallest building. Is that the United Arab Emirates, probably? Lose heart rather than lose hope, for become discouraged. 106 down, alternative to truth. Truth or dare would be the game here. And 94 down, applies as influence, exerts influence. Odd pair. There are 2 D's in the word odd. They are a pair of D's. 4 square. Is that where the app name comes from? Maybe. 4 square. So maybe in the 4 square, the square up here with an X in it, might be where we find which letter? The second key letter. So let's put an X in this. Oh, and maybe it's exit, which will be our exit from the escape room. 102 across, element and strobe lights, xenon. 95 down, painter at Magritte is René and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war. 96 down, Big Boomer. Let's try TNT for that. 97 down, word after man of the or top of the. Man of the hour, top of the hour, okay. 98 down, sign up, enroll, or enlist. What is 106 across? It often comes out at night. A denture. False teeth would come out at night. 107 down, actress Falco. The Sopranos is Edie Falco. So I think it's enroll. 108 across is was out of sight. Hid. 103 down, blank-eyed, wide-eyed. 104 down, organization concerned with ozone depletion, maybe the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. 122 across, low fat, let's try lean for that. And 108 down, sousaphone is a kind of horn. So 119 across, one taking the words right out of your mouth, could be a lip reader. Famed street in Beverly Hills. For 113 across is Rodeo Drive. Wide. Bad rap. He got a bad rap. He got a negative reputation. Okay. 115 down, words in front of a minister or a judge. I do, in a wedding ceremony. 116 down, cat scanner. A vet might scan your cat or other animal companion. CPR sites or emergency rooms, ERs. And purchases from florists are pots, not flowers, but the pots to grow them in. Okay, so we need to find the third letter is under the C. It's going to be an I, but where is the C? maybe the C in doesn't have a clue. Because this was a themed answer. It has a C in it, and under the C is an I, which is what we need to make exit, which is what I think the key is. Then what was our, where do we, let's see, this is the fourth key letter. I think that was our first themed one. This is the third. This is the second, which was in 4 square. Where is our other? Here it is. Yeah, it was end of the road. That's right. Our only down-oriented themed answer. Final stop. The final stop is end of the road. I was going to say that usually the, well, no. End of the road. I think this is a reference to Rodeo Drive, which is the famed street. And at the end of Rodeo Drive, we find an E, which is the letter we need. And that makes us a breakout hero after we unlock this lock. Okay, I'm going to put an E in. I think it comes from 113 across, and I think E finishes the puzzle. And that was it. 25 minutes and 58 seconds, so 26 minutes for a Sunday puzzle. Not bad, not a stellar time. And let's see if we get a little animation of the door unlocking. No, we don't. But we know that this is a keyhole. We found the exit. We found all of the letters. And 69 down is insert key here. So we put that in to get the exit. That makes us the breakout hero of the puzzle. That was a fun puzzle, a little bit difficult. And usually, well, it would have really helped today if all of the themed answers were sometimes clues that are related or answers that are related get highlighted. And that would have helped because I had to figure out where was that one about where the first key letter was. With some of these, I was able to put it in as soon as I solved the clue 4 square. Not too hard to figure out that one. Under the C. I'm assuming that is the correct C. All right, so yeah, I like that puzzle. Kind of hard to figure out. It would have helped if the themed answers were highlighted with each other, and then to make it more clear that where exactly we're looking. Because end of the road, we need to figure out which answer, of which there are many, is the one that has an E at the end. And if we didn't know we were looking for an E at this point, that might be pretty hard to figure out. Okay, well, I like that one a lot. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.